Alright, I'm going to record a. I'm going to commentate over a few Ripto fights here. I'll start with just kind of just like a basic fight. So, the way the fight starts, you know this. You just fire towards the tower here. You'll fly into your shot. That's shot 2. Then you want to curve into him. Fire another shot. That's shot 3. Then you want to shoot to the right of him, like you can aim towards this tower here. That's a good visual cue. You'll fly into your shot. That's shot 4. So at this point is where things get a little bit trickier to deal with. So the way that I approach this is I curve away at this point. That is because past the first 2 shots, Ripto reacts to where you're positioned. And if you're too close to him, he'll fly away. And that's actually what's been happening already. But it's very predictable in the first few hits. It becomes unpredictable past that point. So what I'm doing here is I'm curving away to get far enough away from him that he doesn't fly away to the next position in the arena. What's happened here though is he still did fly away, but he kind of flew away and into a closer spot, which is fine. If you're too generally if you're too early, I think maybe too early. Like if you're too late to curve away, or you're too early to curve in, he's always going to fly to the left, which is fine because it's still very close. But that's what happened here. He flew to the left. But that's a very common situation, so I know it's going to happen. And then since I get close to him, or I'm already close enough to him, but since I'm close to him now, he tries to fly away, but he just flies straight through me, so I can shoot him. I curve around, and at that point, you're pretty much like just reacting to where he flies, because he's going to fly somewhere. Just right to where he flies and shoot him. And then just shoot him again. I'm trying to get too close here, but if you do, it doesn't matter. So at this point, in the last 2 hits of health, what's going to happen is he is going to fly outwards to the outside of the arena, relative to where he's facing. So you need to quickly take note of where he is facing, shoot him, and turn around. There's a few ways you can do this. The way I like to do it is I kind of like flop and curve in the air, or spin in the air. But when you do this, you need to make sure that your fireballs are kept on screen. Because if you turn away from him too early, your fireballs will despawn and they won't deal any damage. So what I've done here is I'll just play the last few seconds back. So I turn around, I fire towards him, and then I begin to turn around, facing towards where he's facing. Then I know, because he was facing this direction, he's going to fly this way. He always flies, when he flies outside the arena, he's always going to fly between the 2 triangles, the 2 smaller triangles. Those are like the exit and entry points for him. So I know he's going to fly this way. So I start pre-firing, I hit a shot, and then to deal with him a little bit faster, you can start to fire to the right side of one of the towers. When he goes outside the arena, he is always going to fly anti-clockwise. So knowing that, I can just fire to the right of this tower, and hit him a little bit earlier than normal. If I didn't hit him, it saves a little bit of time, maybe like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, I'm not sure. But if I didn't hit him here, I would just have to wait until he flew a little bit to the left, and then he would come out at me, or would come back out at me, and then I could hit him there. Because he always flies anti-clockwise to the next entry point, which is the little triangles to the left. Then he flies back at you. But I kill him before that even has to happen. Yeah, and that is that fight. I think this is another kind of regular fight. Let's commentate over this. So, you get the early shot. So this is shot 2, fire towards the tower. Shot 3, curve into him. Shot 4, pre-fire to where he's going to fly, which is usually to the right of that tower. Then curve out. Curve back in. Shoot him. Then just see where he flies. React to it. Shoot. Pre-turn. Look to where he's facing so I can react to where he's going to fly. That's right here. Start pre-firing out towards the exit point. And then early shot here. Simple as. So that's 2 very standard fights. This fight is interesting. This has some things to show off. Okay, so it starts out normal, but some things go a little bit differently here. So, shot 2, curve in, shot 3, shot 4, then of course I need to curve out. And this is where things go correct for me. So you can see that fireball that's right there being fired right now. Ripto's going to fly right into that. So this is the ideal position for Ripto after curving out, right there. That's where you want him to be. It doesn't matter too much if he goes to the left or if he stays there. But by doing this, you can get this early shot, which is nice. I don't know how much it saves, but I'm sure it saves some time. I haven't really timed it ever, so I don't know. But yeah, he stayed where I want him to stay, and I've fired at him. I've pre-fired at him, which has hit him early. Now, if you can manage to get a shot here, this would save a lot of time. But I don't. I missed the shot, or I didn't even go for it. But I just react to where he's flying. Now, here you can see an example of him reacting to my position. So, I turn around, I fly towards him, begin firing at him, but I get too close. Now thankfully it doesn't actually make a difference here, because he's flying through me anyway, but I get too close and he begins to move towards me early. That could be bad, but luckily here it wasn't. So, I fire at him, I look to where he's facing, turn around to match that. I can't get the second shot here early, because he saw me early. But what I can do is I can get 2 shots here as he comes back out at me. There's a few ways to approach this. This is just one way of approaching this, but I start to pre-fire at the exit point. I hover, which keeps me away from him. You don't want to get too close to him at this point. If you start flying towards him, you'll be able to get 1 shot off, but since he has a huge amount of invincibility frames after being hit once, there's a very high chance that you're never going to hit that second hit. So you want to hover, you want to keep your distance at this point. Keep your distance. Hit him once, I curve around, and then I start pre-firing towards where he was flying. And he dies. Now a better way to deal with it, or maybe not a better way, but an alternate way to deal with this is, when I hovered here, instead of turning around, I likely could have just curved directly up at this point and hit him maybe a second earlier. Like, instead of curving around, I just fly into him and shoot him. I probably was far enough away that that would have worked, but I take a safer method here. And I still kill him. It's fine. I think this is an example of a missed ending. A missed quick shot at the end. So, standard. Hit 1 was early. Hit 2, curve in. Hit 3, pre-fire to the right. Hit 4, curve out. He stays where I want him to be. Let's hit 5. I look to where he's facing, react to it. Fire towards him. Keep my distance, curve away, make sure the fireballs are on screen so they hit him. React to his position, predict where he's going, hit him. Now the thing that goes bad here is I missed this shot. So I missed the early shot here. So he has to fly to the left just a little bit more, which is fine. It loses a little bit of time, but it's not that big of a deal. And then I just, I was actually thinking he was going to fly through me, but no, he didn't. He flew to the left. So I almost missed that shot, but I still hit it. Yeah. If you do miss this shot here, which is very likely to happen, you just want to wait until he flies anti-clockwise to the next exit point, or the next entry point, and then just, get him. Try not to fly too close to the wall here, because when you fly too close to the outside of the arena, what happens is you hit like an invisible wall, and you sort of get curved outwards, and that'll mess up with your aim. So keep your distance from the edge of the arena, whenever possible, and then just shoot him as he comes back in. I should cover like some basic Ripto knowledge. There's a lot of variability to the fight if you don't execute exactly how you expect, and that can lead to like time loss. But that's stuff that you'll just come to learn with experience. It's kind of I could go over like every single little variability with the fight, but that would take a long time. There's a lot of stuff that you just need to learn through experience with the fight, and that'll come just by playing the game. So yeah, hopefully this was useful. See ya.